Hey there, Josh here, and welcome to a short Hobbyist Novitiate video. This time we're doing Legions Investigatus, a brief look at the rules and lore for a particular unit from Legions Imperialis. Grab a hot lemonade and a biscuit and let's dig in. As long as it's hot and it's in a mug, it doesn't matter what it is. This time we're going to be talking about the more heavily armed and armoured older brother of the Leman Russ, the Malcador tank. Named after the Emperor's right-hand man, Malcador the Sigillite, the Malcador tank has been around since the Age of Strife, before the Imperium's founding. During the early years of the Great Crusade, the mighty tank was the core of both Imperial Army and Legions Astartes armoured divisions, being replaced in the Imperial Army by the cheaper and more versatile Leman Russ towards the later half of the conquest. Shortages in production during the Horus Heresy led to old Malcadors being refurbished and thrown back into service, proving that they are still a force to be reckoned with. On the tabletop, Malcador tanks come in a base detachment of 2 for 165 points, which can be upgraded up to 6 for 405 points. They have a base movement of 9 inches, a 3-up save, and a mighty 2 wounds. In close combat they get +2 to fight rolls and also have a 4-up morale save. Slightly faster and more resilient than the newer Leman Russ. Thanks to the Explorator Adaptation special rule, the Malcador gets a 6-up invulnerable save against any damage from weapons with barrage or blast traits. The tank does have to fit into the Solar Auxilia's chain of command, so you will need to keep a tank commander nearby if you want to give orders other than advance. The Malcador comes with a good selection of weapon options, with choices for its main cannon, hull-mounted weapons, and sponsons. For the main cannon, all variants are front arc facing only, and the options are a Malcador battle cannon with 25-inch range, 1 shot hitting on 4s and 1 AP, a Malcador Vanquisher battle cannon with 32-inch range, 1 shot hitting on 4s, 2 AP against vehicles through Titans, and the Armor Bane trait forcing the defender to reroll any successful armor saves, or a Malcador Lascannon turret with 22-inch range, 2 shots hitting on 4s and 1 AP against vehicles or tougher. The choice here is between a long-range infantry wiper for tougher infantry models, a very long-range source of reliable damage against heavier vehicles, or a long-range weapon for dealing high damage to lighter vehicles. For the hull-mounted guns, the choices are once again all restricted to the front arc. A hull-mounted heavy bolter with 12-inch range, 2 shots hitting on 5s, the light trait making them unable to damage vehicles, super heavy vehicles, knights or titans, and the point defense trait, allowing them to target a different detachment to the rest of the tank's weapons. Another option is the hull-mounted Lascannon with 22-inch range, firing 1 shot that hits on 4s with 1 AP against vehicles or tougher, or a hull-mounted autocannon with 16-inch range, with 2 shots hitting on 5s and 1 AP against infantry, cavalry and walkers. The final option is a hull-mounted Demolisher cannon with 12-inch range, 1 shot hitting on 4s with a massive 3 AP. The Demolisher cannon ignores cover and can damage structures. These weapons all give different options for dealing with different types of enemies at different ranges, so it's definitely worth thinking about where and who the Malcador might be fighting when choosing its loadout. Last but not least, we have the sponsons. The choices here are the Malcador Heavy Bolter sponsons with a 12-inch range, 2 shots hitting on 5s and the light and point defense traits. The Lascannon sponsons, which have an identical profile to the hull-mounted Lascannon with the exception of being able to fire outside of just the front arc. And finally the autocannon sponsons, which are once again the same as the hull-mounted autocannon except being able to fire outside of the front arc. Once again, there are plenty of options here, each for dealing with slightly different targets. As such, you could consider picking different options for your hull-mounted cannon and sponsons to give you flexibility on the battlefield. Overall, the Malcador is a fast-moving and relatively tough option for the points cost. With the weapon options available, it can be kitted out to deal with a wide variety of targets. Or if your opponent is bringing a particularly specific list, like a car park of rhinos, you could kit out your Malcadors with las cannons and just blast them away. I really like the Malcador. It's a useful tank that really captures the essence of the Solar Auxilia during the Horus Heresy. We all like a Leman Russ, but seeing one could put you at any time, even up to the 40k setting. The Malcador is baroque and beautiful, and I want loads. But not as much as I want loads of Leman Russes, if I'm being honest. That's all for this one. If you want to find out more about other units from Legions Imperialis, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be making lots of these over the next few months, and it helps to know if they're hitting the mark. We also have more longer videos coming out that cover wider Legions Imperialis stuff, so check that out if you're interested. Until next time.